it sounds cliche, but you make your best music when in heightened emotional states. Whether it's sad, whether it's extremely happy, whether it's tired, confused, you make your best music in those states. So once you realize that and apply that feeling to something good, you'll make phenomenal work, whether it's music or anything. Entire family is Jamaican, from grandparents to the great grands to everybody. So being around that all my life, like, it's kind of hard to not claim yourself as that. You know what I mean? Because it's like, yes, you're born here, but your entire life is surrounded by this country.
Right.
I think, because I know we have a lot of boys and girls clubs and all these other things, but I truly feel like if there were more opportunities to be in rooms with different creators of certain levels that people can actually learn from. Go after the things that you want. Like, if you want to eat that taco, go ahead. Like, if you want to work out, go ahead. If you want to travel, you know what I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying?
Huh? But like, there's like so many things you just gotta go after, and it's like the world is literally. I saw the shirt and it said "Fear is expensive," and I had to buy it because it is. Because it's either you're afraid to go after your dream, like it's just either you're afraid to go after your dreams and stay afraid, or you go after your dreams and you quit midway because you're scared, because then you just wasted all that money for no reason. So you have to choose your difficult, choose the path you want to go. Because at the end of the day, it's gonna be hard.
Yeah, regardless of what you choose.
So yeah.
Gotta get the joint lit. I'm still trying to do that. Hold on. You snorted? I might keep that. So yeah, well, we got Koopah in the crib. What up, yo? How you feeling, yo? You good? How was the journey over here? You made a whole fucking video. You made a whole fucking video on your way over here.
I did. But no, it was long. I'm not gonna lie. Like, because I live in Canarsie, so so it took me like 54 minutes because the traffic was crazy.
Jeez, yeah, and also, I feel like New York drivers are different, right? You go other places, a little bit more calmer, more relaxed. Everywhere in the tri-state area, tri-state is a little bit more
like chaotic.
Yeah,
and it's weird because Long Island is semi like that, but like once you get to a certain distance, it's like it's free up. And I think it's because everybody just always coming to the city. So,
stressed out.
Yeah.
Coming to this year alone, I feel like it's starting with a few kicks and swings. But I guess we gotta keep it going. I feel like that's part of the reason why you make music, right? It's not only inspiring you to keep going, but I feel like you make music to connect with people, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
I think that's something that you embarked on your own journey, my friend. You embarked on your own journey, my friend. That's how I look at it too, because you start to face the realities of it all, right? Like we were speaking about it before, just creating support, right, and creating something to build with people, and just say, hey, look, just click on this real quick. You know what I mean? Like, we're not asking for money, right? It's so interesting how dynamics could be when you're trying to pursue something off your own will.
Right.
What types of fights, or what types of, it doesn't have to be actual fights, but like what types of like situations that really grew you as an artist during this time? Because how long have you been making music for?
It's only been 2 years.
Okay.
Yeah.
2 years. So then, but before that, you never been into anything else?
No. So, a little backstory. So I started making music since, I said I started making music 2 years ago, but I started singing when I was 4.
Okay.
But I also started playing drums when I was 5.
Okay, that makes more sense. Because you said 2 years ago, I'm like, bro, I heard you sing, bro.
So I grew up in a church, so that's pretty much where everything started. Right. And then middle school, I pretty much grew into classical music. So I just started playing piano and doing recitals and stuff like that. So I just grew into that. And then I didn't really start singing until more recently. But before I started putting out music, like I took a chance on myself to say, like, I want to write my own music. So, COVID happened, And then I just started doing 30-second clips of me just doing songs through this app called Voicey, RIP, because it's gone. But yeah, I just started doing that, sending it to my friends, and they're like, "Yo, you need to do full songs." And they used to get mad because I always used to send like half a song. And like, "Yo, where's the rest of it?" So I was like, you know what? Beginning of 2023, I'm gonna do something about it. So I'm gonna take myself more serious and write a full song. And half that year, I made 7 songs, full songs. I was very proud of myself.
Mm.
Then I got into a breakup and in that summer, and then by the end of the year, I had like 35 songs.
Yeah, isn't that something?
Yeah.
Isn't that something?
Yeah.
Let's talk about that ratio. How you go from 7 when you was in a relationship, right?
Yeah.
To fucking 35, yo. Like, that's like a big jump. That's not like a small little. I mean, all right, I'm not gonna say relationships are bad. Like, relationships are good. But the work, like, it speaks for itself almost. Like, you know what I mean? Like, what's going on there?
So, like, because at the time, this was a person that, like, I genuinely wanted, like, the rest of my life with, because, you know, the dating pool is dirt. So,
yeah.
At the time, I was just like, you know what? I want to be with this person, but it just didn't work out.
I'm sorry, I'm laughing because you were just like, the dating pool is dirt.
It's garbage. Like, let's be real. So, that was at the time, but she was going through a lot. So she actually decided to end it off with me, and because she just wanted to get everything together. Like she had so much going on. Don't want to exclude. What's the word? Enclose, or I can't even think of the word. But you know what I mean. Tell her business. So yeah, so she had a lot going on, and then I tried to make it work even after, and then there was a lot of miscommunication, and then she blocked me, and then all this other stuff, and then unblocked me. There was just a lot of emotions, so I just needed a way to put it somewhere. So I put it in music, and I probably made it. No, not probably. I definitely made an entire album through that whole experience, and I want to drop it. Don't know when, but I have to.
Oh, you have it in the vault.
Yeah.
Oh wow! Yeah. But you shared it with people and stuff like that.
Yeah,
like,
just to see how they felt about like the music, and I like the small group of people that I had around that listened to it. Like their responses were great. Like I've literally seen like a handful of my friends cry from a few songs because I either were going through something at the time or they really felt the music, and I was like, dang, I might really have something here. So yeah,
that's great. I feel like you took a part of your story. You took a part of your time that hurt, but you got to create something out of it, which is great, man. I think in majority of the times people aren't confronting themselves, and I think that that's the best part about being an artist or being just a human being. If you just take the time to look at yourself and just see, all right, this is what I did wrong, this is what is wrong, or this is what didn't feel right, and I know how to continue to move forward. You know, because man, for anyone that thinks that they got it right, you do not got it right. You got mad more shit to learn. like I know once a motherfucker says, "All right, this is the way," I'm like, "Oh man, you don't know shit."
Literally, because like people don't realize like it sounds cliche, but you make your best music when in heightened emotional states. Whether it's sad, whether it's extremely happy, whether it's tired, confused, you make your best music in those states. So once you realize that and apply that feeling to something good, you'll make phenomenal work, whether it's music, art, or anything like that. So,
right. And you stick to the good, which is phenomenal. But in those moments, you must have felt some bad and some pain. So do you transcribe that in your music as well?
Absolutely. I haven't dropped them yet, but it's there. Actually, I lied. I dropped one song. That was my first song ever, and it's called YEA. Now that song it was very fresh in my breakup, and it was like 2 weeks after, and I was like, you know what? I don't want to make a sad song. I want to make something that's like upbeat and feels good. In the same breath, it still tells the story. So like, I had to look up what Wayo meant. I didn't know what it meant in the moment when I said it. I just said Wayo. It sounded good. Then months later, I figured out that Wayo actually meant trickery and deception in Nigerian pidgin language.
Oh, wow.
So when I said Wayo and then I said forgive myself after, I didn't know what I was saying, but I knew it sounded good and felt right. So when I'm like, Wayo, I'm forgiving myself, I'm forgiving myself for the tricky deception that I allowed. like for that breakup to happen. It was like a lot of confusion, a lot of things that I just didn't allow myself to properly feel and understand. So yeah, that song came out of that, and it's like one of my biggest songs I got out. So yeah,
And it's called Wayo Wayo.
yeah, it's called "Wayo Forgive Myself." It's
Wayo, forgive myself. You have a
yeah.
music video for it?
I got a lyric video for it. I just
Okay.
never made a video because I don't know. I just
What was it
never
for
did.
it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Some videos are. I mean, some songs are for it. Some songs are for just to dissect and to hear, right?
yeah,
Or just to take in.
yeah.
Sometimes it doesn't need a music video in
Nah,
particular.
not at all.
Yeah.
Not at all.
But I like when there is a music video in certain moments, like with Mystery Woman when I showed you, and you're like, "Oh snap!" That part in the end kind of surprised you.
Yeah, because like
Yeah,
people don't do that.
yeah,
Like when you have a video that's really good and then you throw a surprise in there, it keeps people more engaged. It's like, oh wow, I did not expect you to do that. Like that stuff like that really is fire.
appreciate that.
No,
Oh,
for
dude,
sure.
for real, man. Yo, bro, you are a true artist. Like I said to you off camera, I'm saying on camera as well. Yo, this guy got ambition. He'll go out into the streets, speak to anyone with positive vibes, yo, with his soul, yo, just ready to say, yo, can I show you this track real quick? Yeah, you be in Times Square talking to people like left and right, bro. Like bring good vibes, bro. This is good, man. I feel like for people that are just genuinely scared of how they might feel about your music or whatever, I feel like it could be uh lost opportunity if you don't take it out into the streets and you don't see how the people respond to it.
Right.
And I think that that's a great step forward, you know, because it not only shows that you're making music to make it sound good or whatever. Nah, you want to make sure that it's gonna respond well to the public.
Yeah, because if they don't like, first of all, I'm my own worst critic anyway.
Yeah.
So I would critique myself until the sun come up, until
Yeah.
the song sounds how I want it.
Right.
And then when I get it recorded and everything, and I put it out, now I can get the opinions of everybody else because I already know I put the groundwork in to make sure it's sounding what it needs to.
Mm-hmm.
But now it's really to let people hear the groundwork. Because then, even in that same moment, if I introduce you to a song that I have that you never heard before, and I'm my own worst critic already, and I already know what I did to make it sound what it needs to, I'm gonna still feel like it. I hope they like it, or I hope it's good enough. But then the feedback I always get is like, "Yo, this is amazing," or like, "You is this out already? Like, where is it?" Like, and I've constantly gotten that, and it's just because of it's like a double-edged sword. Like you're hard on yourself, but you want to put out good product. And if you truly love it and you believe that it's good, then everybody else will believe it too. So it really just starts with you with that.
Yeah. And also breath work.
Yeah.
Right.
If you can't breathe, I don't know. Just go on a treadmill or something.
I got this trick with tongue twisters. You want to try it?
Okay, bet.
All right. Try to say red leather, yellow leather, 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 red leather, yellow leather.
What? Yeah. Red leather, yellow leather, red leather, leather. I can't do that.
No,
hard,
you can't.
That's
But
hard.
it's I fucking obviously practice. But it's good to have these little. I think to have these little tricks to practice your enunciation, make sure that it's coming out really clear. And then also, I'm sure there's other tricks that you learn growing up in the church, right? And with certain tricks of breath work that you need to learn to use your diaphragm as well.
Yeah, like diaphragm, chest voice, head voice, like certain things don't need you to belt all the time, but have certain control of it. So it's like learning that, understanding that as a singer is like, all right, once you get it, you got it. So it just takes repetition and practice. Really
2 years ago, you said. 2 years ago, you started to make music. What was the decisioning factor? Something must have happened.
I mean, I already wanted to make music before.
Right. But something must have happened. Or maybe you don't notice it. It just lined up that way.
Do you like the color purple? Do you like the color purple?
Oh, hey, how you guys doing? Didn't see you there. My name's Merciless. I'm a music producer, DJ, and sound engineer, representing the Boogie Down Bronx. If you need somebody that's going to help you take your career to the next level, I work with a wide variety of sounds, including rap, R&B, even heavy metal. So if you have a sound, you have an idea, or something you want to bring to life, I'm your guy. If you need a DJ, I am that. If you need a producer, I do that. If you need an engineer, I do that as well. And for the artists that want to be artists, you don't want to worry about your producer, all in the videos, all on the records, dancing. Come tap in with Merciless. And remember, the future is purple.
Do you like the color purple? Do you like the color purple? Do you like the color purple?
It started when I told myself I wanted to make full songs and I wanted to actually make music. And I was in my dorm in at North Carolina A&T, Aggie Pride for a fact. Yeah, I was just like, let me just see what I can do. So I opened Band Lab. I was not good. I was starting out like doing raps and beer nonsense. And even though it at the time I was still starting out, it wasn't too bad to where like I have to egregiously close my ears. But it was enough for me to realize that I can do this because I started Band Lab, stopped it a bunch of times the year prior to that, so that was 2022. So I'm like, I can't do this; it's hard, and I was like, I'm gonna just sit down and do it. And sometimes things aren't just hard; it's just you need to practice and learn it to actually understand it, so that you can actually do it. So once I made that decision to make music, that was it. It was just like I want to get better at it. And one thing I realized is that if BandLab is free, I don't gotta pay for it at the time to get. If I want to know what I want to sound like in the studio, that's what I'm gonna do. Because I realize everybody doesn't understand BandLab to make themselves sound good enough. Because sometimes it sounds crazy. I'm not gonna
lie. Yo, how you was flexing it up on the phone? I'm like, whoa, this sounds legit.
Yeah. So like, I started with Apple headphones and just my phone, and I had an 11 at the time, so I had Lightning headphones and everything. I got a 15 Pro Max now, but like, yeah, just Apple headphones. And I researched like how to sound good, how to make my quality of vocals sound better, and how to EQ myself, and how to like do all that extra stuff just because I wanted to sound good. And at the time, people was like, "Yo, this sounds good enough. You can put it out right now." And to me, I'm like, "This is still dirt. Like, it doesn't sound that great to me. It sounds good enough."
What made it dirt to you?
Because I know that the quality of the sound could be so much better. Because when it comes to music, there's a certain frequency that people hear that makes them develop those dopamine or whatever in their brain that makes them enjoy things. So when there's a certain frequency of sound in your ear with music, you're gonna be like, "Yo, I really like this." And I know that when I do it versus when I go to my engineer Aaron, like it's a big difference. And plus, like he's done this for years, mixing and mastering people, has the studio, has the equipment. I just got Apple headphones and vibes. Like that's really it. So you know the difference. But if you're able to put it to like at least a couple bars below the quality you want, you're good.
And you mentioned you said like shout out NC.
You said what?
And you said shout out NC. What?
Oh, A&T, North Carolina A&T. Yeah.
So you went out. You were there.
Yeah.
How was that?
It was good. Like it's the number one engineering school in the nation, and it's just beer vibe. It's just a lot of young people like me, like us, for real, just living and enjoying college life. Like parties is great, the education is dope. Like the people were just vibes, and it's an HBCU at that. So a lot of times when you leave a certain demographic like New York, it's a big culture shock, but it's good because it's different.
Reality check.
Yeah. So it was a great experience, and honestly, it's the first time I can admit like I do definitely miss a lot of the moments there, but we're here now, so
yeah, it's a moment in your life, and life moves on, and you appreciate the moment.
Absolutely, I learned so much. So.
Right, and you were born here.
Yeah,
I was born in Venezuela. You're Jamaican though, descent, right?
Yeah. So
okay.
Entire family is Jamaican, from the grandparents to the great grands to everybody. So being around that all my life, like it's kind of hard to not claim yourself as that. You know what I mean? because it's like, yes, you're born here, but your entire life is surrounded by this country,
Right.
and your blood is bleeding that country.
Mm-hmm.
So is that, why would I not say that I'm from there?
Right.
Right. Because now, if I think about it, I always tell my parents this because they try to play me. So
They try
I tell them, if you and if mom and dad did not leave Jamaica, me and my sister would be born there.
That's a fact.
So they're like, oh my God, no, you don't ever know. Maybe you wouldn't be the right sperm cell to come. No. Regardless of all that, the scientific theories and
Right.
that work, I would be born there. So regardless,
Yeah.
like, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, I have it very, very close to my heart, for real.
You still got family out there?
Yeah.
Are they okay after
Yeah.
the storms and shit?
Yeah, I
They're
made
not-
sure I called them, make sure
Nice.
they're good and everything. I still gotta call some of them and I got some friends out there too that you know I need to call as well because
You got to visit? You got to go out there?
I went last year November, but that was the only time I ever able to go.
Really?
Yeah, I'd go everywhere else, and they're like, "Oh, you always go to all these other countries, but don't want to come to Jamaica." That's crazy. Like, I feel you, and I was supposed to go in December,
You
but
said I feel you.
the hurricane came, so I was gonna go, but then I was like, there's too much going on, so I'll try again this year. Don't hate me. I love y'all.
That's funny as hell, bro.
Mm.
And I got a part in the podcast where I asked the individual, "Hey, can you give me a question that I can bring out into society?" And I go ask that question.
Okay, like answer any question.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. What would it take to increase the amount of creativity in our communities and young people?
Go.
What would it take to increase the amount of creativity in our communities of young people?
I think it'll take putting young people in different environments that they have the opportunity to express that creativity. And even like starting from like a place in school and the educational system, finding opportunities for productive expression and really like the development of their characters and talents. I think that's a step in the right direction.
That's an awesome. Thank you so much.
What do you think?
I think because I know we have a lot of boys and girls clubs and all these other things, but I truly feel like if there were more opportunities to be in rooms with different creatives of certain levels that people can actually learn from and have mentorship from industry people. I feel like everybody just is trying to figure it out by themselves. And whether it's music or whether if it's getting a job or whether it's just trying to just be great in whatever field you're trying to be in, I feel like there are certain demographics to help you be great in a career, but not great to follow your dreams. And I feel like if we allow more space for people to do that, there will be a lot more people following their dreams in a safer manner and not having to worry about figuring it out on their own. They'll have the necessary resources to be like, hey, I don't know what a BMI is. I don't know what an ASCAP is. I don't know what a DistroKid is. I can ask my mentor, go to this community. They can help me and we help each other. So I feel like that in itself is like beyond helpful for everyone. And not only just for music, just for all creative demographics. Yeah.
That's something that needs to be created. I think that for the most part, everything kind of feels like a rat race, right? Where even if it's music or let's say you're into computer programming or you're in a business or whatever, everyone's just out for themselves.
Yeah.
And it's very difficult for people to actually come together if it's not in the limelight of them. Yeah. Or if it's not in some type of direction where it only responds to them. And I think that if people genuinely want to grow, I feel like there can be pockets for everybody, and there can be ways for you to develop yourself. Yeah. But you also got to have that personal will and that personal hunger to want to do that.
Right.
Because it can't be baby fed to you either. And I don't think that like people want to be like baby fed, but I feel like it's a slippery slope. It's like sometimes some people use what they got and they take advantage of it and they help people and they go for the long run, and then some people just don't.
Yeah.
You know, so then what's the gamble on that? What's the investment on that? People are pouring time and energy into something that isn't a great return.
Yeah.
So they have to see that. I feel like everything is set out the way it is in a certain way because it showcases who's gonna keep it going. You know, like there's only a few artists that do. You know, usually if they haven't been murdered or like what? No, I'm serious, right?
But
Like,
that's real though.
it's
That's
so true.
real. Yeah.
And it's wild to think about because it could be your moment at any time. It could be your moment any time to make it, or it could be any moment in time where it's your death.
Yeah.
It's like it's such a wild thing that we're living, and we keep it going. We
Yeah.
just keep like, why not? Because we're still here,
Right, because you only live once. So it's like if you realize that you only live once, why not live like you have nothing to lose? Not in like an unsafe way, but in a way that's
Right.
like go after the things that you want. Like if you want to eat that taco, go ahead. Like if you want to work out, go ahead. If you want to
taco.
travel, you know what I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying?
No? But like there's like so many things you just gotta go after. And it's like the world is literally our oyster. Like there's so many things that we can actually do and see and experience. And if you just confine yourself to the thought of like, I don't have the resources, I don't have the money, I don't have anything. I don't truly believe anybody has nothing. Because I feel like there are people that are homeless, there are people that have nowhere to sleep, may not have food in the moment, but to have completely nothing is insane. I don't think that. You're not, if you're homeless, you're not sleeping on the street naked. You have some form of clothing, you have something. If now that person could be looking at you and me and be like, yo, I want to be able to sleep and eat safely. We're looking at other people like, yo, I want that car, I want that house, and they're probably looking at somebody higher than them saying, I want this and that. So everybody has something. It's just a matter of how you use that something and those resources to help you the best you can. Because not all the time everything is going to be peaches and rainbows, but if you utilize what you have around you the most, it can help you the biggest. And yeah, that's what it is.
Yeah, you bring up a great point though. Desires, man, right? Because there's always going to be another thing.
Yeah,
right.
Every time.
When are people going to be happy? Right.
When they choose to.
Right.
It's like it's a choice.
Yeah.
Because it's like waking up is a choice.
It is
a choice.
Waking, yes. I was talking about that with Marvin on the podcast. He's like, some people just wake up ready for war, you know?
Yeah.
Ready to cause havoc, you know? Just wanting to fight, you know?
Yeah, but you can choose to be happy. Like
you can choose to be happy.
Your life can be insane right now. And in the same breath, sometimes you focus, because I do this myself. And I've done this recently. Like you focus on a lot of the negative because it's easier to do that, and it's harder to focus on all the positive that has happened for you and is happening right now. So that's why I also feel like it's hard for people to be present because they're so focused on what didn't happen and what could have happened and what should have happened versus focusing on what has already transpired to get you to where you're at. And that's what the disconnect is with people and how to just choosing to be happy. Like you can do that. Like it's difficult, but it's not impossible.
So yeah. Nah, it's fucking. That's the thing about it, man. It takes time. It takes time for people to understand. It takes time for them to see it within themselves. But I also have this part of the podcast where I let the individual sign the draft. You can either sign it there on the body, or you can sign it on the head.
Okay. You gotta let me know where you got this from.
Okay. So, I used to work at UPS, right?
Okay.
And there was a moment in time where I was doing a pickup in Bloomingdale's.
Okay.
And I saw the draft. It was all pink. It didn't look like that, right?
What?
Yeah, it's a long story. You asked.
You're right.
But basically, I asked them, "Hey, can I take the draft?" And they're like, "Okay," because they were throwing it out. They didn't think I was gonna take the draft. I was like, "I'm taking the draft." First day, I took the head. Second day, I came back with the truck once I was done with my shift, and I fucking put that shit in the truck, and I dipped off with it. And then I took that on the train, and I actually went viral for it. Someone recorded me and then put me on Subway Creatures.
That is mad funny.
Yo, and I put that on the backdrop to my first album called New Grounds. And it basically it's out in Soho streets, and I'm in the middle of the street, sitting down on the floor. I even brought it out to Soho to promote the album. I put a QR code on it, all that shit.
What the heck? Yeah, never let this leave the house again. Because I'm not gonna lie, this is how, like,
right?
What the heck?
Right?
I'm gonna sign it.
It's fucking huge too.
What am I gonna do it though?
It's like a life-size baby giraffe. Like a not baby, probably like a teenager.
Yeah.
You want that one? That one?
Yeah, I'm gonna do the head. So you spray painted it?
Yeah.
Ooh. Yeah. Fire.
Koopah.
Yeah, man.
Oh. Ugh. History, man. This is history.
This is dope.
This is my 151st podcast.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Yeah. What the heck?
For 151 weeks straight.
Whoa.
I've never stopped.
So you've been doing like this every week?
Every week.
Dude, that's crazy. And a full-time?
Huh?
A full-time job too?
A full-time job, make music, have my dog, I go to the gym. Yeah.
This is fire.
Yeah, man.
Wow.
I appreciate you for coming through, man. Like this is consistency. What I do is consistency, and I see it in people, and I also want other people that witness it and are able to see it, that whether or not you believe in yourself, you should, because what else? Time. What else are we gonna do with time?
Yeah.
Besides creating and trying to do the most with what we got.
Yeah.
You know, and this is what I feel about the podcast too. It gives a space for people to find out who you are that don't know you, you know, and that can maybe relate to your journey or have a feeling like, you know, maybe like I'm Jamaican too, motherfucker. Like, even though I'm not out there, you know, like
yeah, my people's out there somewhere. You know?
Nah, it's true, man. Sometimes you could show a song to someone and maybe they vibe with it, and then another person doesn't vibe with it, and it's just
and that's fine.
Different ears for different people,
right?
All the time.
Literally, because I feel like there's a lot of music out there that, unless you like that certain vibe, you're just not gonna vibe to it. And like, there's so many genres and so many more that's being created every day. It's like it's something for somebody.
Yeah.
So,
what's something that you would tell your younger self?
Damn. Whoa. What would I tell my younger self? It gets better. I would tell my younger self it gets better, and I would tell him that as dark and gloomy it might look right now, and as unsure and uncertain about what direction you're headed in life, keep going, because where you're headed is going to be more than you expected it to be, and greater than you could have even imagined. So yeah, that's what I would tell myself. Because I know when you're younger and it's like you have all these dreams, but you're like, how the heck am I about to do this? Like, where's the resources coming from? I have no team, no money, no nothing. Like, I used to run track. Like, I didn't think I was gonna be making music because so being able to know that you're doing something that you dreamt before or had the idea and it's coming to life is super big, because a lot of times, even in it, you may feel like you're not doing enough or you're not doing more than you should with the things you have. And sometimes it goes going back to, we always look at the negative instead of the positive. once you look at everything you've done, from the accolades to the amount of music you dropped, from even posting consistently, like the littlest things to the big things, everything is a win every day. And no matter what it looked like you're doing more than a person that says they're gonna do it and
never
just
does
does it.
anything.
Exactly. So
That is true. So people, they get caught up in their fears.
yeah. Honestly, okay, so I got this shirt, I wanna say 2 years ago. And it's from this company called Dope Flame. And they it was at a art show, and they were like it had different venues and vendors and stuff. So it was right next to my best friend's paintings and things, and then I saw the shirt and it said "Fear is expensive," and I had to buy it because it is, because it's either you're afraid to go
That's a
after
great
your
shirt.
dream, like it's just either you're afraid to go after your dreams and stay afraid,
Mm.
or you go after your dreams and you quit midway because you're scared, because then you just wasted all that money for no reason. So you have to choose your difficult, like
Yeah.
choose the path you want to go. Because at the
Choose
end
your
of the day,
poison.
right? Because at the end of the day, it's gonna be hard.
Yeah,
Right?
regardless what you choose.
Right. So it's either you lose money, you make money, you figure it out, you learn something. You always have something that you gain from it, regardless.
Mm-hmm.
So I'd rather do it afraid than not do it at all.
Mm-hmm.
So
It's the will. It's the will. That's how you know you're really Jamaican.
Man, because they do everything. Like the whole Caribbean, like they come from wherever island they come from, whether it's Jamaica, Trinidad, Grenada, wherever, and they fight to get here, and they work hard every day. It's like I've seen my parents just go to work, come home, make sure the house is good, go to church, make sure the church is good, make sure our family's good, and they're always working, making sure that everything is okay, so that we can have a sustainable life. And to see how hard they work, and any Caribbean work, it's like if only we can do the same thing for the things we want. And putting that same effort into that, it's like it taught me that if I can do this for school, if I can do it for how I choose to communicate, if I can do it for even taking the effort to get up to eat food, like then I can do it for the thing I want.
Yeah.
And it'll all come together sooner or later. It might not come immediately, but it'll come eventually.
It's about really wanting to put yourself out there, the best foot forward, right? Because
Yeah.
people are always gonna say, "All right, but this, but that, but this, what if, and all that," and they are the ones that stay stuck always. And the ones that take the chance, there's many people that fail, of course, but I feel like I'd rather know that I gave it my all
Yeah.
than know that I just gave in. You know?
Yeah. Some people be like, "What if I fail? What if you don't?"
Mm-hmm.
It's like it's always a two sides to a what if.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, try it, give your best foot forward, do something about the idea you have, and if it doesn't work, okay, cool. You learn what not to do next time, so now you can do it better.
Mm-hmm.
And that's really it.
What do you feel about the state of New York right now? Like in terms of music, do you feel like it's dying out? It's coming to life? Where's the course of like music for you? How do you feel about music in New York right now?
I feel like it depends on what we're talking about. 'Cause I feel like drill had a certain season,
Mm.
and everybody wanted to do drill, and everybody's doing drill, but it's dying out very quickly. It's like a fad. Comes and goes. So I feel like there's an uprising of all the artists who are either melodic rapping or R&B artists or pop or do alternate R&B or even gospel. Like they're slowly on the rise. There's a lot of singers and people who like do these different creative things that can now be more on the forefront. I can also say though, I do believe that because of how competitive we are in New York, that there are avenues for us to succeed, but just not enough avenues for us to succeed because it all depends on who you know and numbers. Like everything is always a numbers game for like certain people, and it's like, how can you succeed when the odds are against you?
Mm-hmm.
So that I would say that that's where the disconnect happens. But there's still an abundance of artists. Like I meet people every day that wow me about how great their music is. So it's like there's so many great people. They just need the chance, and once they get that chance, just take it and go crazy because you never know that because it goes back into oh my god they became famous overnight. It just takes one person to say yo I want to work with you. I want to put you on this platform, and then boom, everything just happens. Like
Left and right.
yeah, like so it just takes one moment. So you just need the right opportunity and be at the right time, and it'll happen. But it'll only happen when we stop being gatekeepers of our own success and building the community how it should. Because a lot of people have a lot of connections and information that they don't share because they feel like, oh, I'm using it for myself. And I'm gonna tell you the person, I'm gonna tell you to email them, whatever. But like, I'm not gonna give you all the information.
Yeah.
I'm a person that will always help someone that's like, yo, if you need to know this, if you want to know how to set up your BMI, if you want to know how to set up a dislocator, if you want to know how to do content creation, if you want to be able to connect with engineers and know how to effectively market and all these different things, like I'm not gonna gatekeep that.
Right.
Why would I do that?
Right.
And as a person that prays a lot, it's like I feel like that would diminish the blessings that's already on my life. Because if I'm blessed to give people music, I should be also blessed to give people information.
Yes.
Now, what they do with it
It's
is
up to
right. But besides that, it's that like this is information that's free still. They can Google it, but it shouldn't harm. It's not gonna harm nobody for me to tell you what's what. You know?
Yeah, to look up, to be aware.
Yeah.
Because this life can snatch you up.
Literally, like in an instant. So it really gets like that. So it's like, yeah, just going out there talking to people and bringing that connected community together to help each other. That will help us grow faster.
Much faster.
Yeah, a lot faster as artists.
So much faster. That's what we're trying to say. Connect. What? I just dropped a song with shout out Ace Highway and RIP XL called Connect the Veil, and we're basically it's in response to what's going on in the world right now with all these like killings and like bombings that's going on in these countries that like at the end of the day it's all for territory and for resource and for like it's crazy. No one's ever. It's not like it's not like the people ever vote for a war.
Right.
You know what I'm
just
saying?
Comes out of nowhere,
yeah. It's not like, oh, you know, we all want this shit to happen. Like,
like relax. Like, chill out.
Nah, but it makes you think, right? Because relating it to music, you know, there's always been fucked up shit that's happened throughout history, throughout all time. But there's been mad music too. And amazing music that was been created through the entire process. Because if you think about it, right? Some of these great songs that we consider are like, wow, amazing. Bob Marley, you know what I mean? Like during his times of what, like, think about what he was around World War II, right? In Vietnam. And like, these wars that like shaped the world.
Yeah, literally.
You know?
Literally. Like, and it's crazy because it goes back.
I could be wrong about World War II. I think Vietnam though. Don't fucking quote me on that. My bad.
I don't know. But yeah, like it goes back into like how like a certain heightened of emotion can invoke a certain creativity. And so it's like even though that there's a lot happening in the world, there's still music that comes that connects to that, and it either will no, I'm not gonna say either. It brings people together. Like unless you're making a song that's destructive, that is meant to harm someone else, which I hope nobody's really doing for real. But yeah, like they make the music to bring everyone together, to bring awareness to a lot of different events that happen around the world. And I feel like stuff like that is really good because it allows us to have a pause at life and be able to be present, to be uh, in the music or
In
whatever.
the moment.
Yeah, in the moment. Yeah. So,
Hmm.
stuff like that.
Who are some of your favorite artists?
It's a lot. It's a lot. It's a lot. A lot of genres.
Top five.
Top five.
Top five favorite artists. That not rap particular or hip hop or whatever, just top five artists.
Damn. Okay.
Come on, you had your Spotify shit.
I know,
you know
but
what
like,
it is. The wrap up. You know what it is.
It's different though.
You
Okay.
did the wrap up, right? Or
Yeah, but the wrap up don't match like.
Nah. The wrap up is what it is, bro. What?
Okay. These are not in a particular order. The top five is Todd Galbraith. He's a gospel artist. Like his music has got me through years of my life. Like amazing.
But let's break it down a little bit more
Okay.
since we have time, right? Why? How did he? How?
So music for me is healing. It's my safe space. It's allowed me to not only creatively speak how I feel, but also allows me to go to a different world where I can come back to myself whenever I feel like I'm losing myself. So Todd Galbraith has songs that it's gospel music, and that's what I grew up on. That's my foundation. So God is really my foundation. So being able to be centered around that and being able to listen at home, it's like it helps me a lot to connect more with more of my spiritual side and understand why I feel certain emotions and understanding that there's always better days are coming. So like there's a song, that's a gospel song called Don't Pass Me By. And I listen to that so many times because a lot of times you may feel like you're by yourself, you're lonely, and there's not a lot of people that you have around to help uplift you. And for me, it's at that point it's just me and God. So it's like I'm singing and I'm like, hear my the lyrics are like, I'm crying, Savior, Savior, hear my humble cry. While on others thou art calling, do not pass me by. I'm saying like, hear me talk to you, like understand that I am a child weeping because I'm hurt and I'm hurting because life is difficult. There's a lot going on. I don't know who to turn to, so just in this season, don't pass me by. Be with me, help me, and yeah, and that's not only his music, but a lot of other gospel artists as well. But I draw to Todd very very closely just because of that, and also vocally, we kind of sound similar.
Mm.
If we were just to sing the gospel songs, it's like I see why I connect with him so well. So yeah.
Nice. That's your first one. Second,
My
third,
first one.
fourth, right?
It's not in order, so I can't. I'm just gonna say just name the top five though. Voice. Voice is a soca artist, and I've been listening to Voice for years. But I really started like listening to soca music in like 2014. I was listening on and off the years prior, but like really heavily got into it in 2015. And Voice, like I don't know, because soca music is already happy music. Like it's uplifting. It brings everyone together. Um, and just Voice vocally just spoke to me like from a person that loves music with his whole entire heart and soul. When you hear his music, like I don't know what it does. No, I'm lying. I do. It makes me smile every time. It makes me feel like life is a little better. And funny enough, soca music is something that like helped me, like saved me in a way. Years ago, because I used to be very depressed and didn't know what to really do with myself. So I started listening to a lot more soca music, and it put me in a happier state. It made me feel better. It made me feel good, and it drew me more closer to that music. So being where I'm at now and understanding music to the degree I do, because I've again been doing music pretty much all my life, singing, but doing it professionally for 2 years. Like Voice has helped me see a different side of music that I didn't think that I could tap into, especially being Jamaican, because obviously everyone's like Jamaicans can't make soca music or stuff like that, and it's only for the islands that do, like Trinidad is the motherland of soca music and calypso, and then there are other smaller islands as well that pretty much have their own soca music. Jamaica doesn't do that; they have dancehall and reggae. So being connected in that way, it feels like I'm not just connected to my Jamaican roots, but I'm connected to everyone. So yeah, he's just dope. Like, and to see him live is just even better. Like, it's like it makes me see myself when he performs.
I see.
Yeah, especially with a live band.
Forget about it.
Yo, what?
The energy's different.
Crazy, crazy. So that's number 2. Yeah. Daniel Caesar.
Okay.
Yeah. Now Daniel Caesar, because I sung a lot of Daniel Caesar, and that's where I started to get back into loving music again. Because for a long time I hated singing because of one, I felt forced because every time I was younger, we went to a different church, and they had different churches bring up items.
What do you mean?
Like, so when you go to church events or bigger church events, the different churches come, and each church will represent themselves by either saying something or whatever. So when I'm younger, we would go to these different events, and my mom or the people would be like, "Oh, Matthew was missing, or Matthew's gonna do this," and I'm like, "Okay," but at the same time, at a certain point, it felt forced because y'all have people that can do it. Y'all forcing me to do it. So I just ended up just not liking singing for a long time. And then on top of that, my voice is already raspy, so that's the second thing. I didn't love the rasp. I didn't love the transition of puberty. I didn't really enjoy it because I hear everybody else singing. And I'm like, damn, I want my voice to be cleaner, like nicer, sound good. But then I learned, like, listening to Daniel Caesar and singing it more and singing songwriting in high school. Shout out Mr. Saunders for that. Daniel Caesar and Saunders, because to this day he's still my mentor, still helps me love music, understand myself and everything. Help me understand my voice and understand the type of artist I wanted to be, and to learn that Daniel Caesar also has a subtle rasp. His voice is still phenomenal.
Right.
So if he loves his voice and thousands of people, hundreds of thousands of people love his voice, why can't I love mine?
Exactly.
So yeah, that's number 3.
Now number 4.
Yeah, that's okay. So that's 3. Number 4. Oof. Chris Brown.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's because I love Michael Jackson, like wholeheartedly. Like, Michael Jackson was a phenomenal artist. Like,
because the dancing,
right,
the singing,
everything. So honestly, I'm putting 6 of them here. So Chris Brown and then Michael Jackson. Again, not in any order, because Michael, for his sophisticality when it comes to making the music. Like, there's a video of him showing, well, he didn't show it, but his engineer showed him stacking his voice. And I was just like, whoa. And I didn't, it was not only that, but like, I've seen other artists like in their different stacks of when they sing, but like, when I heard that for the first time, I'm like, this is so
different.
Yeah, like for Thriller, what? It's nasty. And then seeing how, without social media, by the way, Michael Jackson took over the entire world. That's insane.
Yeah.
There's only TV and phones, and social media wasn't big like that. So it's like, for him to be so larger than life, yeah, it's like, that's dope. Like, you understand how to, one, be an artist, be a human, and the sophisticality of music, like that alone.
What people like to sonically hear.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, and then Chris Brown follows through that because he also loves Michael Jackson. You can see in how he dances, how he sings, how he portrays himself, how he makes certain types of music. But vocally, Chris Brown is obviously more of our modern time. So it's like hearing how he sings and is able to have music that is timeless and be such a staple for a lot of like younger R&B singers, and he's one of the many that people like replicate or try to replicate or like use as their references, it's for me, it's like it's all that. Like he makes the music fun, but it's also intentional with the things that he does. So it's like him as an artist, just I don't know. I gotta figure out that formula because like he does it every time. Like Residuals was such a really, really good song.
It's funny that you say formula. I had shout out Nigel Jehovah that was on the podcast. He was talking about Chris Brown as well and how this dude had about the formula as well too, and to a degree how he's like, yo, don't you notice how like I forgot you know that song. Chance that you have in the next that song. All right, so like you gotta go. Like remember like, and he's like, yo, these songs, yo, like he'll have the song start off with something that will never be in the song again. Yeah. But then that part was like a perfect intro for it that kind of keeps people like programmed into it. Right. There is a formula, and if you understand it, it could be and just initiate it well. It can be done. Like it can be done. She's just curious.
Yeah, like even now with my music, people like I've been told countless times now. Sometimes you don't tell yourself that like there's a certain formula to your music, but I've learned that there is. So when I've dropped like 14 songs now, some collab. So people have told me like, you know, your music is repeatable. Your music is ear catching. Like people, it gets stuck in people's heads. Like my most recent song I dropped, Darling. Like I've never experienced this in my life. I'll go to fetes, I'll go to different like functions, stuff like that. I'll just be out with friends, something like that, and then like some other friends or people that don't expect to be singing my song to me.
Guys, the thing is, she brought the plastic bottle for me to play with her. She wants to play, but right now she's gonna fuck shit up. Hold on, I need you to go into the room. Go, come.
That's a big girl. I ain't gonna lie.
She's a beast, right?
Literally.
She is a beast. My bad, bro. You were saying?
I've had friends come up to me and would sing "My Darling" randomly, like, and I wouldn't know how to react. Like I've never experienced that, but it brings great joy to me to know that if they don't remember everything else, they remember that. Yeah. So it's like I have something like even cool down. People just they're like, yo, I'll be washing my dishes or I'm just doing something and I just randomly sing your song and I'm like, there's something there that I do intentionally or unintentionally that people are drawn to. Right. So it's that Chris Brown formula or anybody that has that formula does that brings people to like, yo, this is stuck in my head. I have to listen to it more and more and more. So it's that's like, yeah, that's fire.
I think it's a multiple. I mean, there is definitely a structure in music, but I think it's multiple things that need to come together, right? I feel like you have to have your own voice. Because if you sound like everybody else, it could work, but it's more so like a fad. Yeah. So it'll work for a momentary type of thing, but it really won't work. Right. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like you gotta have your own voice. I feel like you gotta. This is my opinion, right? And I'm not freaking. Who am I, right? I'm still trying to do it myself. You know what I mean? But it's my opinion. But I feel like it's the voice. I feel like it's the moments that you're creating within the music that make people either be like, whoa, or like make people like feel something, or because it's not only the right words, it's how you're saying it, you know, the emotion behind it, you know. I'm sure haven't you ever had a song that perhaps you went back to and you're like, oh man, I could do this much better, or
I would definitely say like on my EP, my Valentine's EP, there are some songs like I'm like, okay, this could have sounded better. I could have did this, but outside of the EP, no.
No, right, but and I'm not even talking about something that you already have out. I'm
Oh,
talking
like
about
stuff like
that that you're working on, and you're like, all right, let's go back. Like, how many times have you go back to a song before you have it released?
all the time.
That's
like,
what I'm saying.
Like if you look at my band lab, like
All
you could see like songs I've done in 2023, 2024, leading up to now. Like I'm like, damn, I gotta finish this song, I gotta do that song. I can make this sound better. I have the resources. I just gotta make the time to do it.
Mm.
I'm like, this could be so much better, or this beat could be better, or this instrument could be added, or like something like that. So it's all the time.
Mm.
Like even today with this song, the song I just dropped on Instagram, like I went back to it multiple times. I did this last night.
Mm.
Like I wrote the lyrics and sang it last night and edited it last night. So it took me like an hour. And I'm sitting here like, okay, this gotta sound better. This too loud. Or I gotta lower this. I gotta do that. Or this could sound better. I gotta redo this. And it's always consistently like that for me when it comes to like when I make music or if I have music already.
Mm-hmm.
Because again, I'm my worst critic. If it don't sound how I need it to sound, I'm not gonna touch it until it's or put it out. In fact, until it sounds how I want it to sound. And that's why I'm blessed because my engineer understands how I want to be sounded like. That was not even English. my engineer, how I want to sound like, and he understands like a certain frequency in which I want people to hear my music.
Mm-hmm.
So being able to understand how I want to sound for myself and have somebody do that also makes the music even greater than what I thought it could be.
Right, definitely. Because you have your ear, but then they have their ear that they have fine-tuned for years and learning. I feel like everyone has their best input when they're willing to hear the critiques.
Yeah.
You know, you I feel like it's better to just take it as good criticism. There's definitely bad criticism though. Yeah. Some people are just weird about their criticism. Like, man, I just don't think you like me. But some people are actually good, like good-hearted, and I was like, all right, okay, having something.
Yeah, like you can't be delusional, and if you know your friend's song is bad, there's a way to tell them and to help them be better at making that song. Not to say, bro, I'm not gonna lie, that's dirt. Like I'm not about to tell my bro that or any of my sister that. Like I'm not doing that.
Right.
I'm gonna be like, okay, this is a good song, but it can be better this way, or you can add this to make it sound better. Just because I would never be a person to tear down anybody's dream because that's their dream. That's what they want to do. Because if you discourage somebody in this area, that can discourage them in a lot of other areas. And I don't want to be the caveat for that. So I will always encourage someone to say, this is good, but it could be great if you do this. Versus saying, this is not good, don't ever drop music again. That's crazy.
Right.
So
that's a great way to put it. There's always a way that you could verbalize something. People don't have sometimes patience to try to figure it out.
Yeah, like people don't know things.
Yeah.
Like people are figuring out on their own. So it's like, how can I make this sound good? How can I make this in the way that I want it to if I don't know anything? Like I didn't know how to put out music. I didn't know what to do. I didn't know that I needed a certain ID to make sure that I get my royalties. I didn't know what sync was. And people make music through TV shows. I didn't know any of that. I had to learn it. So it was like until they learn it, they'll never know. And until somebody tells them, they still won't ever know. So it's like both ways, you gotta figure it out.
Yep.
Yeah.
You gotta want it.
Yeah.
You gotta want it. What's I know because it's getting late and we gotta get to life. But what's something that you can leave off with to the people watching right now, like to help them keep on going in their own life?
It's a couple things. So I would say one, if you're a person that prays, continue praying, but also don't just pray and let it sit. Like do the work, because a lot of times people pray for things or ask for things, whether it's within their religion or it's the universe. They ask for things and hope that it happens versus having the faith that it happens. You need both. And in order for things to actually work in your favor, you have to do some form of work so that you plant the seeds for the big thing to happen. Because like if I didn't start writing or start doing little things to help me be a better writer, I wouldn't be the artist I am now. So it starts with you doing something about it. It starts with you doing some work and applying the utmost level of faith, because if you're not delusional about it, nobody else will. And at the end of the day, it'll either sit there or it'll elevate.
Mm-hmm.
So definitely continue praying, but apply the work and start. That's the biggest thing. Because a lot of people say they want to do stuff and don't ever start.
Never.
It takes the littlest step for you to be able to just take a giant leap. So starting something is the most important thing, regardless of anything else. You have all these big ideas, you want to do these big projects, you want to make these great songs. Cool. Start something.
Right.
And that's it.
That's it. And do you have any questions for me, my friend?
Yeah. What makes you unique as an artist? What makes you different from everybody else? Because everybody has their thing that makes them so different that draws people to them. So what makes you different? Or if it's not as an artist, as a person, what makes you different?
Well, I'm glad that you say as an artist, and I'll say it as a person. I feel like I just have my own voice. I really do not try to sound like anyone else. I try to find topics that I haven't heard of, and thought processes that aren't really displayed in music like that. You know, I feel like generally, because there's different types of genres, people have a certain structure that they want to follow to make sure that they get that specific thing. I have certain types of music that I feel like it's just different. You know, like altogether. I feel like there is vibey, there's something vibe, there's New York. Of course, I'm from New York. Of course, I have like certain things that I'm gonna talk in a specific way. But I really hope that people hear just my voice, me. You know what I mean? Like that's what I choose in that question right there. It's just that for people to hear me, and I don't. If I hear my music and hear other people's music, I don't hear anyone else that really sounds like me, bro. To be quite honest, bro.
That's dope.
Yeah.
Same.
Yeah, and that's what I feel like. When you're not trying to sound like the next mumble rapper, you're the next this person, the next Daniel Caesar, the next this person, you know, those are those individuals. You know what I mean? Like I think that's dope. And when I hear you sing, I really do hear you, bro. I do not hear anybody else, bro. For real, like for real.
I appreciate that, man.
Yes. And I wish you more power and more strength. And I want to know, and the people want to know, where can they find you?
I got you. So you can find me on Instagram at Love Koopah, LUVKOOPAH. You can find me on every other platform at Official Koopah. So Official KOOPAH. Yeah.
So yeah.
Guy, thank you so much for having me. Man.
Boom. So yeah.
I can't trust no switching roadie. I be on my grown thing. Keep on moving, time be skipping, phone and going home. Same process, trust the progress. I be knowing where it's home, man. Free me, feel me, see